Let's now meet our officials for this match. Our first referee is Herbert Matematico, Asian International Referee. Our second referee, Bobby Celso, National Referee. And now let's meet the starters. First for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Center from Adamson University, number 7, team captain, Louis Romero. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 5, Eliza Bertolano. Outside spiker from the National University, number 10, Chini Arroyo. Opposite hitter from Adamson, number 12, Trisha Tubu. Middle blocker also from Adamson, number 13, April Tagsip. Middle blocker from Adamson, number 16, Riza Cruz. Starting libero from the National University, number 17, Janelle Delerio. And the head coach for the Foxies is Jerry Yee. And now the starters for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 7, team captain, Madi Matayag. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 1, Isa Molde. Center from Ateneo, number 3, Dina Wong. Opposite hitter from the University of Professional Health System Delta, number 15, Royce Tubino. Outside spiker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 18, CC Rondina. Middle blocker from De Las Altas Marias, number 22, Cherry Nunag. Starting libero from Adamson University, number 16, Tang Ponce. Head coach for Choco Mucho is Dante Alinsunurin. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Farm Fresh versus Choco Mucho. This is the PVL, the heart of volleyball.
Let's check out the starters for the Farm Fresh Foxies. You have Tagsip, Cruz, Bertolano, Romero, Delerio, Arroyo, and Tubu. Meanwhile, for the Flying Titans, Nunag, Madayag, Tobino, Ponce, Rondina, Molde, and Dina Wong gets the starting nod for Coach Dante Alinsunurin for Choco Mucho. And Mars Alba will be coming off the bench, and we are all set here on One Sports, on One Sports Plus, and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Bianco with Nilo Flores and Franny Reyes will be the broadcast team for this match. Neil, we've talked about how this is the final game of for the conference para sa Farm Fresh Foxies, but for Choco Mucho, important for them to get their bearings back after that loss against Streamline.
Yeah, that's correct. In the semifinals, the win-loss records of all of the teams will be reset to 0. But coming into that round, of course, kailangan yung mindset maayos din for our competing teams. They do want to gain more momentum as they enter a crucial stretch of our Hope in Conference. That's why it is a must-win also for the Flying Titans. And as for the Farm Fresh Foxies, wala namang pressure whatsoever. They've had to go through a lot of changes, as we mentioned earlier. But today, they just need to bring their A-game. They have a lot of weapons dyan sa bench. Kate Viray will be coming off the bench. She was part of Choco Mucho in the past. So that is also an interesting storyline for today.
We've seen both teams get a point each. So for sure, based on the quality of attacks, that they won't take this game lightly. As Lunag puts Choco Mucho on the board. The first point from Farm Fresh off a block. Romero backsets to Tubu. And that's inside for her.
2 quick points for Trisha Tubu. We also mentioned earlier that she's at 109 points before coming into this game. She's still the go-to player or attacker for Farm Fresh.
Tobino answers back as we send this to Franny Reyes for this report. Franny?
Thanks, Dip. I talked more about that 3-set loss to the Cool Smashers with the Flying Titans. And Kat Tolentino actually told me that after that game, they talked about really having a no excuses type of mentality, being aware of the lapses that they had in that game, but also acknowledging that this is the team that they have right now and they have to be able to adjust to the adversities that they are facing. There's a lot of players on this team who aren't able to play in this conference, but everyone has to step up, especially as they enter the semi-finals. They have to acknowledge that they can do it and wala na silang hahanaping iba. Now, I want to talk about the Farm Fresh Foxies. As you might have noticed, Master Shimizu is not here for today's game. Coach Sato and Coach Jerry will be leading the team as Master Shimizu has been reassigned by the Ablaze management and is needed in Japan. Coach Sato and Coach Jerry are collaborating on today's match as they want to end this conference strong. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the battle.
Thank you, Franny, for that report. Updates on both teams for Choco Mucho, who are again trying to build on that momentum moving forward semi-finals. That's going to be another round robin for them para naman sa Farm Fresh. Last game, it will be Coach Jerry again manning the sidelines for them.
Farm Fresh is still a very young team, but personally, I really believe in this team. I know that they are strong individually, and a lot of players galing sa Adamson program, so we have identified that core. It's really about building that sustainable program.
Right.
Longevity, yan yung mga tinitake into account ng management ng Farm Fresh.
And this is only their third conference as a team here in the Premier Volleyball League, so we can only expect good things. And we know na may mga signings din sila na are still recovering from injuries, so that's something to look forward to para sa kanila. Meanwhile, another point for Trisha Tubu. But there will be a challenge called by the Flying Titans. Otherwise, that would have been the fourth point of Tubu. Looks like Trisha will admit to that.
There will be a green card awarded to Trisha Tubu and the rest of the Foxies. There was a net violation that was crystal clear.
Yeah. So, official score will be 4-5. 1 point game. Combination to Tubu, saved by Rondina. But Wong unable to set it over. And it's back up to a 2-point lead.
I remember Dip on opening day, Farm Fresh took on the Creamline Cool Smashers, and they also challenged the champion team in Creamline. That was a 4-set loss though for Farm Fresh. But dun sa game pa lang na yun, we already knew that they would really put up a fight.
Yeah.
Yun nga lang, they really encountered some problems along the road. They lost to lower-seeded teams, but that's already done. Now is the time to just focus on getting a win, one last win for the Open Conference.
And I guess the fans also expected more from them kasi they've also beat Cherry Tigor, right? So that's a semi-final contender team, and looking at the squad, they are capable of matching up with those big teams.
Now they're getting more attack points. That time it was Chini Arroyo from the left side.
So Arroyo has really emerged to be a go-to player here as well for Farm Fresh, right behind Trisha Tubu. We are tied at 6-all. Wong bump sets to Rondina. CCU the drop on a tough angle, but it works.
Set was really near the net, but she had to adjust mid-air. Napaganda pa. Finding that open spot. Defense of Farm Fresh.
You have to have a different kind of athleticism for you to get that point. And a service ace for Maddie Madayag brings us to the first technical timeout. Choco Mucho up by 2. Arena Plus, Astig sa Sports, and we are back inside the Phil Sports Arena. And of course, we take a look at Sir Rick Palu of Sports Vision, and right beside him are Mr. Don Karingal, Secretary General of PNVF, and Mr. Tats Suzara, the President of PNVF, who, by the way, they're also having that tournament ongoing, yung Under-18 Championships, which are held at the Rizal Memorial Coliseum at papunta na sa semifinals yun. So you can also catch that live and on Pilipinas Live. Meanwhile, Farm Fresh answering back off of the technical timeout. And Wong sets up Nunag.
Farm Fresh needs to set up at least a double block. Pag dalawa lang yung spikers na nasa harapan ng Choco Mucho.
9 serving 7. Combination to Bertolano, and it drops. Ponce unable to save it.
That was a first combination playoff with Louis Romero. They were able to snatch 2 blockers. CC Rondina and Cherry Nunag went for that double jump. They did get a soft touch, but Tang Ponce couldn't get to that ball.
Oh, same play, same result for Wong and Nunag.
And a single block is definitely not enough to stop that Cherry Nunag attack.
And credit that also to the good first ball of Molde. Back to a 2-point lead. Tough set covered by Bertolano. Tubu on the power tip. Wong transfers it to Tubino. Kept alive by the Foxies. Arroyo, high arcing attempt. Nunag, and it's another point for Cherry Nunag. And she leads all scorers here for the Flying Titans with 4.
It's a Nunag and Tubu showdown here in the early part of set number 1. Later on, you'll see a lot of space for the wings of Choco Mucho. Dahil kanina pa nga binibigyan si Cherry Nunag. Bertolano will go to that same play. This time it was off a drop ball.
This is quality exchange for both teams, Neil, that we're seeing in the early goings of set number 1. 9-11. Tina goes to Molde on the drop as well.
Lahat sila. Started with CC Rondina, sumunod si Eliza Bertolano. This time it was Isa Molde with her version of a drop ball. Nobody home for Farm Fresh.
Yun nata ang memo for today, no? Pagandahan ng drop ball. 3-point lead now for Choco Mucho. Arroyo picked up by Rondina. Wong will set it up to Molde. Popped up by Delerio, but Foxy's unable to get the second ball. And Coach Jerry will call for time. Let's take a look at that last play with Molde going cross court. At the tawag ng timeout ang Farm Fresh.
Tingin niya lahat ng kaya niyong kunin yung mga bola. Ha? 次のこと考えて、次は同じボール来たらしっかりコントロールして。Basta kunin natin. Abulin muna natin.
Yung drop ball, ikat tayo sa drop ball. Pasahan muna natin.
クイックに対してはリードで3枚攻撃。
Yes, yes. Let's go, basta! Tara, sigaw tayo lahat! Hey! 1, 2, 3!
Real-time translation from Japanese to Filipino.
Mamaya na yan as we, of course, promote the postseason of the association is almost here. Watch the 2024 NBA playoffs starting April 20th only on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, and Pilipinas Live. Hashtag everyone's game, hashtag NBA on Signal. Kailangan ng Google Translate pa yan. What a timeout there to stop this run of Choco Mucho. Rondina from the back. That's way out underneath the ball. And the run ends after that error. But hold on, as Choco Mucho will call for another challenge. They're asking for a block touch on that play. Sa atake ni CC Rondina. A while ago, they were successful. Technically, as Tubu admitted to that net touch. Pero ngayon, looks like they're not saying anything. And based on what we saw, it looked high for CC Rondina.
Romero is taking this time to just gather the troops of Farm Fresh. They're having troubles in their defensive pattern. Nakaka-attack sila, but pagdating sa transition, nahihirapan sila to control the attacks of Choco Mucho.
Yeah. That is clean, no block touch. But also you see na kung gaano kataas yung talon ni CC Rondina. Right above the net. Tagsip will serve for Farm Fresh. They're down by 3. Wong goes to Madayag on that easy point.
While ago it was Cherry Nunag. Now it's Maddie Madayag on that a quick attack. Still a single block coverage for Farm Fresh. Why ang laki nung angulo na naiiwan for the middles of Choco Mucho.
Back to a 4-point lead. Romero goes to Arroyo. Rondina saves it, bumps it, and it ends up as a free ball. Louis to Tubu. Isa gets it. Wong back to Molde on the drop. This time Arroyo covers. The quick. And it's out for Cruz.
Choco Mucho knows that they have that advantage pagdating sa blocking. So sometimes, hinahayaan lang nila na bigyan ng free ball yung Farm Fresh in situations na alanganin na paluin because they know that they can get good rebounds. They're number 1 in that category, if I'm not mistaken. Now, they're serving up more aces in the set. That is their second service ace.
And it brings us to the second technical timeout. The Flying Titans up by 6. Awesome live sports viewing is guaranteed with Signal yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Switch now and get up to 3 months with no cash out. Just visit www.signal.tv/switch for more details. 6-point lead now for Choco Mucho. The biggest of set number 1 so far. That is long for Tubu, and the lead continues to increase.
Now a 7-point lead for the Flying Titans. I like what Franny mentioned a while ago. They were indeed less prepared compared to Creamline. Creamline is a champion team. Their backs were against the wall. They needed that win against Choco Mucho. So you can really see kung paano sila nag-prepare. Choco Mucho still wants to solve that Creamline puzzle. 12-0 ata yung win-loss record nila. But I'm sure pag nagharap ulit sila, they will have their own countermeasures.
Right, which will be in the semifinals. And we'll see if there will be a rematch of the finals last year. But there's back-to-back points coming from the Foxies.
That will be the first point of Louis Romero off that power tip.
12 serving 17. Wong back sets to the running Maddie Madayag.
No connection issues there from Dina Wong and Maddie Madayag.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Look at that wrist action. Such a simple attack for Maddie Madayag.
Perfectly executed by the Flying Titans. Arroyo sent back. She goes up and blocked by Dina Wong.
Block party has just begun for the Flying Titans.
That is right inside as Dina Wong celebrates that point and forces Farm Fresh to call for another timeout.
Position 4, ha? Stop tayo. Position 4. Inom. Ayan, ayan. Ano tayo? Tingin
Okay,
sa
sige na. Focus sa okay. Only one. 1 point.
Stop natin, position 4. Go! Hey, 1, 2, 3!
Simple and direct to the point. 1 point. That was the instructions of Coach Shota.
Yeah, asking for side out, no?
Sakatamaro is officially part of the strong group as well. Will be coming back here probably in July for the Invitational Conference of the PVL
To defend.
to defend their title. She was one of the best outside hitters.
For Kurashki Ablaze, that is. Back to the game, 7-point lead for Choco Mucho. Viray is now in the game. And a former teammate denies that one.
Stare down from Maddie Madayag. Oh, friendly banter from Kate Viray and her former team. Oh, it was CC Rondina who got that block. Former teammate,
Yeah.
also in UST.
Right, that's right. Papawi si Liza Cruz.
That would be her second point.
So we see the entry of Kate Santiago for the first time to replace Bertolano. Farm Fresh looking for more scoring options. Wong on the 1-2.
Dina Wong just contributing additional points for the Flying Titans. This is now an 8-point lead for the purple shirts. She scored off the kill block. Now she will score off that drop ball.
Legacion also now inside as the setter for Farm Fresh. Tobino picked up by Arroyo. They go to Viray again and rejected once again by Rondina.
Back-to-back blocks on Caitlin Viray from CC Rondina.
Binisisi, alam ko yan eh.
Look at the block reach of CC Rondina. Halos pareha lang sila ng block reach ni Cherry Nunag.
They've played together in college, in the pros, but now on opposite sides of the court, CC unable to score. Santiago. Oh, and Wong joins that one. 2 block points for Dina Wong.
The fourth team kill block for Choco Mucho.
So 2 each for Wong and Rondina. And a 10-point lead, more importantly, for the Flying Titans. This time, Santiago breaks the block.
You're against the top blocking team of the league. You have to be crafty with your attacks. And Kate Santiago just displayed that in the last sequence, just tooling the blockers of the Flying Titans.
9-point game. Wong Oversets that one. Same with Farm Fresh, but it's back with the Foxies. Santiago again. And that's back-to-back points for Kate Santiago.
She can also be a starter. Talking about Kate Santiago.
I think nung simula din ng this conference, she was starting for the Foxies, but trying to also figure out their rotation. Rondina. And down it goes for CC Rondina to put Choco Mucho at set point.
Double block, no problem for the cherry bomb. It's just not all over that block.
Tina Wong serving for the set. Legacion back sets to Viray. Popped up by Molde. Dina to Nunag. Naibalik. Free ball, a high one. Given to Farm Fresh. Offhand for Viray. Chance for the Flying Titans. CC goes up for it. Dug up by Legacion. And it ends with the attack error of Kate Santiago as Choco Mucho takes set number 1.
Set was a little bit far from the net, but the clearance was also low for Kate Santiago. So Choco Mucho will get first blood in this match.
Back here on One Sports and on Pilipinas Live. Set 1 just finished. And it was Choco Mucho getting that one over the Foxies 25-15. Dikit yung simula nun, Neil, but eventually Flying Titans, when the block party started, they pulled away immediately and got set number 1.
Aside from the block party, they also had controlled the service line, and yung attacking nila, mas madami din silang nakuhang attacks compared sa Farm Fresh Foxies. Trisha Tubu really tried her best to contribute. She did end up with 5 points in set number 1. But again, they need more support from the other attackers for Farm Fresh. For Choco Mucho, Dina Wong also got involved in the scoring picture. Paddy Madayag and Cherry Nunag was very active in the front line. And that was the storyline of set number 1. Choco Mucho had that edge in the attacking department, but the biggest factor really was their blocking. Halatang na-bother din yung attackers ng Farm Fresh every time they would go up.
You saw the stats right here, and would be hard really to stop Choco Mucho because all of the players who saw action in set number 1 for them scored at least 2 points, no? Maliban lang of course sa libero na si Thang Ponce, but the rest of the Flying Titans scored at least 2 points in that one. And CC Rondina leading the way with 5.
Set number 1, Farm Fresh actually had more attempts in attacking the defense of their opponents. They had 40 attempts, but they were only able to convert 12. As for the Flying Titans, they were able to convert 14 out of the 37, so that's almost 40% of efficiency.
All right, so set number 2 underway here on One Sports and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco with Neil Flores covering this match together with Franny Reyes at the sidelines. And first point goes to the Foxies.
We have a change for Farm Fresh entering the game, number 2, Kay Lazo.
So Luis Romero will start set number 2 after Legacion ended set number 1. Royce Tubino will get her 3rd point of the match.
It's a powerful hit from Royce Tubino from the right. And that's also one of the adjustments that Coach Dante made because, again, si Captain Tolentino, she's still recovering. And sanay tayo na outside hitter talaga si Royce Tubino. But being the veteran that she is, alam naman natin na kaya niya din mag-shift ng gears. And she has thrived in that opposite hitter position. Wala masyadong burden when it comes to passing. She's just really focusing on her attacking and blocking.
Right.
And talking about passing, Farm Fresh only registered 2 excellent receptions in set number 1. So that was also the main factor kaya hindi masyadong napaikot ni Luis Romero yung mga attackers nila.
Right now, off to a good start. A 2-point lead for the Foxies as we hear the support from Franny Reyes. Franny?
Just adding on to what Neil mentioned, the Farm Fresh Foxies, or Luis Romero rather, was not able to really utilize or maximize her players. And she actually told me that at the start of this game, or before this game started, she said that it all comes down to a good service and good reception. She acknowledges that the Choco Mucho Flying Titans are a tall team, so they need to play fast to play well against the Flying Titans. They have to go all out, ibigay lahat, but also let their maturity shine, a maturity that they've improved on since the start of the conference. Now, Luis Romero and the Farm Fresh Foxies are looking to improve and take this second set and the succeeding sets, which you can watch on the Pilipinas Live app for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Franny, for that report where we're seeing that maturity of Luis Romero and the rest of the Foxies. We've seen it all throughout the conference, but it's normal. We've talked about it, Neil, na ups and downs for a young team like them.
Another block for Choco Mucho.
That one, the attack of Tagsip.
Usually for new teams or young teams, parang 2 to 3 years minimum, I guess, to really establish your squad in a league like this. Another kill block for Choco Mucho.
And that's Micah Ortiz, who just also checked in here in set number 2. Getting her first point via kill block. 4 straight points for Choco Mucho, but stopped by Tubu.
This is why the pass is important for Farm Fresh. Pag nagre-revert sila dun sa basic set ng left pin, right pin, dun talaga sila nabablock ng Flying Titans. But every time they snatch 1 or 2 blockers, or kahit malate on the combination play, that's the time nakako-convert yung Foxies.
Saved. Kept alive by Farm Fresh, but Tubino on the second drive puts it away.
No look hit from Royce Tubino on that free ball.
Overcalculated by Tubu, which led to that attack by Tubino. That sails out.
Too strong for Royce Tubino. Coach Jerry has decided to stick with his Adamson core second set.
With Chini Arroyo also joining in the mix. Lazo bumps it to Arroyo. Picked up by CC. Wong goes to Molde. The drop read by the Foxies. Tubino with a save. Rondina from the back. Kept alive by Farm Fresh. And it's back with Choco Mucho. Dina to the running Micah Ortiz.
That has always been her signature attack. From college to the pros.
And this spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan.
like the OG of slide attacks. One of
Yeah.
the OGs.
Pinapakita lang niya sa mga mas batang Farm Fresh Foxies.
Too strong on the push for Riza Cruz.
And that's going to be another point for Choco Mucho. And we're going to the first technical timeout. 8-5 is the score. Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena. Basahin natin to. Nababasa ko. Dina Tiis, bumiyahe from Naga to Manila to watch Choco Mucho live.
Wow.
Grabe. ang dedication to support Dina Wong and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
It's an 8-hour bus ride, if I'm not mistaken.
Hindi rin natiis ni Neil bumalik from a farther place. Meanwhile, point goes to the Foxies.
Tubo on her way to the double-digit mark. Also one of the facets of her game na na-improve niya yung back row attack.
6-8 here in set 2. Wong goes back to Ortiz. Checked by Santiago. They go to Molde from the back. Oh, and a miscue as the Flying Titans were not ready. We're not sure who will get the second ball.
Pag hindi setter, kadalasan libero, but I think Sang Ponce saw Micah Ortiz. So it's just a simple mistake on the side of the Flying Titans. Farm Fresh is doing a better job in challenging Choco Mucho in this set.
Binalik kay Ortiz. That is inside. And 3 points now for Micah Ortiz here in set number 2.
Aside from the solid starting 6, papansin mo din na here in the PVL, napaka-importante na malalim yung second stringers mo.
Yeah.
That's why we have continuously increased the capacity of the rosters para at any time pwede silang mag-manage ng playing time.
And especially, Neil, that this is a long conference, right? You're playing against all teams. So you will need your starters to rest also.
And even yung in-game adjustments, yung second stringers play a big role.
Yeah.
Lalo na pag mag-change ng tempo ng laro.
Right. And we see how they do change the trajectory of a game. Meanwhile, a point there for Tobino. Back to a 2-point game. Bump by Ponce to Royce. Saved by Arroyo. Santiago waits for the ball. Dina sets up Madayag. There's a touch to delay that one. Santiago off the block. Kept alive. CC able to get a touch. Tubu. Wong with the steady hands. Rondina again. Foxies doing the same thing with Delerio saving it for them. Look at that, digging. And it's kept alive. Long rally alert. Ponce with a save. Boy, both teams not giving up. Back and forth we go. Rondina will finally end that long rally.
That's why she's dubbed as Rondina Papagod.
Rondina tiis.
Such a quality rally from Choco Mucho and Farm Fresh.
Finishing that one and getting the point for Choco Mucho. A hard-earned point for the Flying Titans. And you can see both teams huffing and puffing after that sequence. That goes inside for Tagsip.
Tagsip on the short slide. Pareho sila ni Risa Cruz eh. Madalas short slide na mabilis yung binibigay ni Louie Romero. And as for Dina Wong, mahaba yung mga running attacks for Maddie Madayag and Mike Ortiz.
Tobino tried to cut it on that one, but to no avail. And back-to-back points for the Foxies. Will cut the lead back down to just one. Good serve, over-received. Pagkakataon for Farm Fresh. Tubu. Tagapay molde, but nasungkit ni Kate Santiago, and we are tied at 11-all.
Persistence for Farm Fresh. They were getting a lot of digs. They were able to control the attacks of Choco Mucho. Lalo na dun sa long rally.
Rondina, naiangat ni Santiago. She goes for the attack. And the lead for Farm Fresh.
6 on the floor is clicking well for Coach Jerry E.
Chance here for Farm Fresh. Tubu. Saved by Ponce. Tobino will set up Rondina on the drop. High up for Tubu. The chase by Kate. Back with the Flying Titans. Here comes Royce. Lazo with a pickup. Oh, Santiago has been getting the points off of the touches.
She will now give a 2-point lead to the Foxies.
That's what you're saying, Neil. No, he can also start that quality for Kate Santiago, helping Farm Fresh build a 2-point lead. A good serve. Easy pickup here. A 5-0 run for Farm Fresh. But it ends on the attack error. But still a huge 5-0 run.
There was no wrist action in that last hit of Kate Santiago, kaya walang masyadong spin yung bola. It was very flat. They still have a 1-point lead. She can also attack from the right side.
Yeah.
Parehong lefties itong si Trisha Tubu and Kate Santiago.
Oh, what a set there by Romero to Tubu.
Defensive substitution for Farm Fresh. Liza Bertolano will be coming back to replace Kate Santiago in the backcourt.
Back to a 2-point lead for Farm Fresh. Bertolano serving for the Foxies. Better first ball. This leads to the Molde attack. Clips the net. But it's wide. Lead continues to increase for Farm Fresh. (15) serving 12. Nilipat kay Tobino, and it drops for Royce.
An important break point for the Flying Titans. First set from Dina Wong. Royce Tobino saw the seam in between the blockers of the Foxies.
Tubu again. Saved by Tobino. Here comes Rondina from the back.
She can do it all. Look at the angle and that back row hit. Avoiding all the defenders of the Foxies.
One-point lead. Oh, what a hit for Trisha Tubu. And she brings us to the second technical timeout. Farm Fresh up by 2. Lead cut down to 1 by the Flying Titans.
There was a block touch from Farm Fresh before that ball went out of bounds.
Tight set number 2 here. Only a 1-point game. Naiangat ni Arroyo. Free ball. Ponce picks it up. Wong. Back set to the runner. And Ortiz will get another point.
That slide attack will lead us to our deadlock at 16. Single blocker against that running attack of Mike Ortiz.
Arroyo scores off the block and gets the lead back for the Foxies.
You can clearly see the shift of strategy from Chini Arroyo. Kanina, she was really challenging the blockers of Choco Mucho. This time around, nahanap nila yung kamay ni Dina Wong.
Romero will set up the play to Tubu. And it drops for Trisha Tubu.
Officially at 10 points for Choco Mucho. Leading scorer is Cici Rondina with 7.
For Tubu, 5 points in set 1, 5 points here in set 2. Bibigyan siya ulit ni Romero. But Ponce able to read that one. Molde, naibalik. The bump to Cici. Arroyo. That's gonna be a point for the Foxies as Choco Mucho unable to keep the ball up.
You can see the collective effort of the Farm Fresh Foxies in set number 2. Their performance in set number 1, they were able to collect themselves. Now they're in the lead by 3.
And Coach Dante will call for time.
Sa open spike, sabi ko sa kanila, timingan nyo kasi pag sinabayan siya, delay siyang pumalo eh. Okay, then every time na nag-out sila, ito yung binibigyan. Maximize natin dito, ha?
Ako yun, di ako yun, sir.
Spacing pa natin sa opensa. Spacing sa opensa, ha? Sige, tatlo lang naman yan. Isa-isahin lang natin. Then, kailangan natin makastop mamaya. Ha? Sige, sige.
Ay, one pass muna.
Basa muna, basa.
Hey, Titan!
Right. Go lang, go lang.
You will hear that a lot. Pag si Coach Dante yung nasa timeout, the spacing in the attacks, not just in the women's, even in the men's division, yun yung laging reminder for the setter. They're looking at a 3-point deficit. This is manageable for the Flying Titans. Pero kailangan nilang mapaikot din si CC Rondina so that they can get a higher percentage of conversion.
Nabasa doon yung atake ni Ortiz. They go back row to CC. And a much-needed point for Choco Mucho.
Now, march back to that front line. So we will expect more sets. Papunta kay CC Rondina here in the tail end of set number 2.
Holder with a serve. Romero had to chase that one, and it led to an Arroyo error. And just like that, the lead is down to 1. Hold it back at the service line. Better first ball, Louis. Set back. Arroyo. Oh, that's back-to-back airs for her.
She wanted to go for a really sharp cross-court angle, but she wasn't able to get enough elevation. Now we're tied at 19.
Number 13!
サブカット狙ってくるから2人で取りに行ってyung serve ikaw na target pero kayo na lang follow
Play left. Play left, play left.
relax masyadong matigas yung みんなカバーにいるからみんなカバーしてるリラックスしてリラックスかもなここまた全員で取るよ全員でeveryone
Timeout called by the Foxies as the lead has been erased. Play continues. Oh, and they respond well with that Trisha Tubo attack.
The final moments of set number 2, of course, pupunta si Louis Romero kay Trisha Tubo. At pupunta naman si Dina Wong kay CC Rondina later on.
That's the number 2 and number 9 scorer in the tournament, Rondina and Tubu respectively. Good dig by Arroyo. Santiago also back on the attack. Oh, the placement for Rondina. And she ties the game at 20 all.
Impressive court sense displayed by CC Rondina. You have that kind of court sense at maganda din yung contact point or yung kapit mo sa bola. So much with broken place.
She's been dropping the heavy hits, no? So that time around, iniba ni CC Rondina. Arocha serving. Wong goes to Madayag, kept alive. High up for Santiago, but she will just send it over easily. Here comes CC. And that goes inside. Another point for Rondina.
Pass was a little bit low for Royce Tubino. So Dina Wong had no choice but to push that all the way to the left pin. Rondina will score, this time off a down-the-line hit.
And the lead swings back to Choco Mucho. Good serve and an ace for Regina Rocha. What a time for her to deliver that point for the Flying Titans, who were trailing midway this set. Rondina racking up the points, and Rocha with an ace leads to this Farm Fresh timeout.
Relax lang kayo. トス持ってってみんなでもっとカバーしてスパイカー打ち切らせましょう。コバー。
Magpapa palo sila, ginagamit niya yung blocker maliit kasi. Mag-line ka na lang. Tara, ready tayo.
ここで楽しまないと。ここで楽しもう、ここで。Mag-enjoy kayo. Ganito situation, okay na yan.
One step lang tayo, one step.
A timeout called by the Foxies, who don't want their efforts to go to waste. They were leading just a while ago here in set number 2, but Neil a 6-1 run by the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. And now they're up by 2 points. Oh, siniplihan lang ni Tubu.
No fast set this time for the pipe of Trisha Tubu works.
That move was brought to you by Honda Motorcycle. Tobino and Arocha trying to get to that ball. It's only a 1-point game here in the second set. Shuffling continues. Riza Cruz will serve 21-22. It's a good serve. Ponce will have to bump it to Rondina, who waits. Picked up by Cruz. Here comes Santiago. Molde was there. Here comes Cici again. Off the block. Oh, she saves it. And then the drop for Royce Tobino.
Self-coverage. Sabi ni Cici Rondina. And Royce Tobino just utilized that drop ball. Look at the reaction time of Cici Rondina.
Look at that. The extension of Cici Rondina and the dedication to keep it alive. But the service error coming from Dina Wong allows Farm Fresh to have a chance. Ivy Laxina right behind us, who played a while ago, won in straight sets. Chance for Farm Fresh, the drop by Trisha Tubu, and we are tied at 23 all.
Trisha Tubu is doing everything for Farm Fresh. Power hits, soft touches, sa harapan, sa likuran.
We are seeing a battle between these two teams, led by Tubu and Rondina. Wong goes back to CC. Naiangat ni Lazo. Wong does the same. There was a check. Lazo with a bump to Kate. Molde again was there. Rondina at his block. It sails out. And a point for the Flying Titans, who are now at set point.
Receiving pressure will be on the side of Farm Fresh.
1 point away from getting a 2-set advantage. Pinuntahan si Tubu, that's inside. And another deadlock to extend this set.
She has been working hard for Farm Fresh. Of course, they really want to get a set against the Flying Titans.
24 all. Wong, one-hand set to Madayag, kept alive by Romero. Kate, oh, that's inside for Santiago. And the lead swings to the Foxies.
Nobody went up for the block. And when you don't go up for a block, ang hirap din magbasa if you are a backcourt defender.
Sipon tayo. Hindi pa sumumot na sipon tayo. Then, guys, mamaya, isa. Ha? Pag magbablock ka, puntahan mo na agad ng 1 box agad dito. Para mas maabot mo. O, kunin mo 2. Ha? 2, ha?
Akin 1.
1, ha? O, sige. Go. 1 good receive lang naman yan, ha? Sige.
Isa muna. Asa lang. Okay, Choco Mucho. Asa lang.
Timeout called by Coach Dante Alinsunurin. His team behind by 1 point. And it's Farm Fresh who are at set point. Thanks to Kate Santiago and Trisha Tubu delivering the timely points. We saw Sir Miko Halili, head of sports and content of Signal TV. Unable to finish. Pagkakataon for Choco Mucho. Rondina is blocked. And set to goes to the Farm Fresh Foxies.
They worked hard for it. They deserved that second set win. They will give Choco Mucho a taste of their own medicine by shutting down CC Rondina on that pipe attack.
April tagsip with the biggest point of that set. And we go to set number 3. 1 set each. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. And set number 2 just finished. And it went to the Farm Fresh Foxies, who are trying to prove a point here against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. This may be their last game, but they're definitely taking this seriously as they take that set number 2, 26-24. We'll see the highlights in just a bit, Neil, but can you talk to us more about how Farm Fresh was able to play better in that set?
Well, they were more efficient compared to the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. In set number 1, it was Choco Mucho on top in that department. This time, it was the Farm Fresh Foxies. They did have a couple of bumps on the road pagdating sa excellent receptions. Remember what I said in set number 1, they only registered 2 excellent receptions. Ngayon, it's only 5 excellent receptions, but they made up for it in the excellent digs category. They were able to dish out 13 excellent digs against the attackers of Choco Mucho. And that's why in the end, they were able to win that frame.
And we see the numbers. Yeah.
Compared to 16 of Choco Mucho. Choco Mucho still had more block points. And yung errors, dikit lang din talaga. So I guess it was just the breaks of the game in the end. And the double block was ready for that pipe attack of CC Rondina.
Right. Just 5 errors, same as set number 1 for Farm Fresh, but they were able to add on the attacks in that set number 2 for the Foxies. And you're right about those saves, Neil. We saw the incredible floor defense of both Delerio and Lazo actually playing well there para sa Farm Fresh. And then of course Trisha Tubu with 9 big points in that second set to make this an even more exciting game between Choco Mucho and Farm Fresh. So we are about to begin set number 3 here on One Sports and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco with Neil Flores calling this match with Franny Reyes at the sidelines giving us the updates and reports.
Farm Fresh will stick to that second set starting unit. Choco Mucho will go back to their first set rotation.
And Choco Mucho draws first blood here in the third set, courtesy of Nunag.
That's how the first set started. Cherry Nunag out of the gate, just getting a lot of attack points from the quick attacks. That's the difference, I guess, of Cherry Nunag and Mike Ortiz. Mike Ortiz is more comfortable with these slide attacks. And Cherry Nunag really excels in the A and B quicks.
Serving for the Foxies, Kate Santiago.
1-1 here in set number 3. And point goes to Choco Mucho after that violation.
Now serving Cherry Nunag.
So Neil, itong Farm Fresh showing that they can keep up against Choco Mucho, and we knew that because nabanggit nga natin at the start of the conference, they were able to play well against Streamline, able to beat Cherry Tigo. And they're showing out in this game. Rally continues, saved by Arroyo. Santiago, oh! Almost, but not quite for Choco Mucho as we hear the support from Franny Reyes. Franny?
Dip, Neil, we have to acknowledge Trisha Tubu in that extended second set. She's up 14 points now. And she actually told me that yesterday she had a chance to look at her rank in the standings and she actually wasn't happy. She wants to improve as a player, wants to be a better scorer and spiker, and we can see that fire from her in today's match. She's going all out because she wants to end strong, and she actually told me that at the start of the conference they faced the Creamline Cool Smashers and they did really well. So what's to stop them from doing just as well, if not better, this time against the Flying Titans? This report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the game.
Thank you, Franny, for that report. Well, when you have a player like Trisha Tubu who is hungry to improve, then that's a luxury for Coach Jerry because she's already number 9 in scoring pero gusto pa niyang dagdagan yung output niya for, of course, her squad. For serving 2 here in set 3. That's outside.
Farm Fresh is still in the driver's seat. They look more confident. And they're moving smoothly as Ariza Cruz will score off that B quick attack.
5-3 Farm Fresh. Now serving Trisha.
2-point lead here for the Foxies. Molde. Picked up by Santiago. Tubu. Molde again, and this time she scores.
Molde targeting Louis Romero on the block. And it hit Riza Cruz, the hands of Riza Cruz.
For serving 5 here in set number 3. Romero with a set to Tubu, the drop. Rondina on the cross-court kill.
Parang may halong gigil na yung Dip.
Well, she's been wanting to get that point here in set number 3. Unang point yan para kay CC Rondina in this set. We are tied at 5-all. Arroyo. Molde was there. Well, Isa has been doing well at the back. And Rondina has been doing well both in the back and front.
It's the 13th point of CC Rondina. Only pair in double digits for Choco Mucho. Rank pass there from Farm Fresh will force them to give another free ball.
Ponce with the easy pickup, the running spike from Madayag. Kept alive by Tubu. Arroyo's attack was saved by Tubino. Good hands also from Delerio. And Ponce. Another long rally alert. Delerio playing good defense. Madayag. High up, Romero on the 1-2. Here comes Rondina. Wanted to go to that opening, but just sailed out.
Zone 1 was indeed open dun sa back row ng Farm Fresh. But CC Rondina just overcalculated that hit.
Serving for Farm Fresh, Trini Arroyo.
6-all here in set number 3. That one is outside for Arroyo.
7-6 Choco Mucho. Serving Matty Madayag.
Adi Madayag on deck to serve for the Flying Titans.
Overseas. Oh, but it leads to a point.
It was obviously a free ball para sa Choco Mucho.
7-all.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those, Neil, happening, no?
Choco Mucho needs to clean up yung mga minor miscommunication errors.
7-all here in set 3. Another tight contest here. Oh, Rondina has been trying to change her attacks, really go for that opening, but another error leads to this technical timeout. Farm Fresh up by 1. Arena Plus Astigsa Sports back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig for the continuation of this close matchup between Farm Fresh and Choco Mucho. Based on set number 1, we thought, or it seemed like the Flying Titans were going to be able to do the same, but set 2 was different. We saw the fight from the Foxies. They have the lead, but erased by Rondina as she ties it up at 8-all.
This is another close set we're witnessing. You know that Farm Fresh is a deadly team. coming into this game, wala naman, actually, there's nothing to lose for Farm Fresh. That's why they're just really performing at a very high level against the highly favored Choco Mucho.
Combination on the drop by Kate Santiago. And Neil, we've seen both teams already adjust, no? They're doing various attacks already, not the usual na nakita natin nung simula nito.
It's also the 9th point of Kate Santiago. Now they are targeting CC Rondina to take her out of the equation pagdating sa opensa. Now Farm Fresh will attack.
Perfect play. Romero going to Tagsip, who got that final point in set number 2 via block. This spike of the set is brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. Picked up by Tubu. Santiago will attack. Molde working hard to keep the balls alive. Back with Choco Mucho. Here comes Royce. Set back. Rondina on the off speed. Easy pickings for Romero. Tubu rejected by Rondina. And it ricochets off of the face of Trisha Tubu as CC apologizes for that hit.
If she wasn't there, pwede pa sanang lumabas yung bola. Pero ang bilis nung balik from the block of CC Rondina.
9 serving 10.
So back and forth affair between CC and Trisha Tubu.
Nunag. Popped up by Delerio. Santiago on the drop. Oh, another one. 10 points now for Kate Santiago to help out Trisha Tubu in the scoring department.
She has been the game changer for the Foxies. They were surprised in set number 1. But come the second set, they were able to settle down and organize their skill sets. And now Trisha Tubu will join the block party by rejecting Isa Molde.
Check out that play, the setup by Wong to Molde. But Tubu says, nah. 3-point lead for the Foxies. Good save by Romero. Tobino was there, but too close to the net. Then Wong unable to save it.
If your setter is coming from the back row or kung basta malayo yung pinanggagalingan niya, you really have to give that allowance of height so that they can run to the setter's box.
And now it's a 4-point lead for Farm Fresh. But cut down to 3 by Cherry Nunag.
Better execution for Choco Mucho in that last sequence. They are trailing by 3 points, so they need all of that quick attack na makukuha nila from Cherry Nunag.
Romero goes to the middle again. Tagsip with a quick reflex. Trickles back to the court of Farm Fresh. Tubu off the block. And she scores.
Trisha Tubu is on a mission to get one more win here in the Open Conference.
Sabi nga sa atin ni Franny, no, she's not content, not happy with the numbers that she's had. Partida dahil top 10 na siya in scoring, Neil. She wants more and possibly a win in this game. And they're looking good here in set 3. Another one for Trisha Tubu, who's on fire here in this match.
Just unstoppable at this point, pacing all scorers with 18 markers. She has exceeded the output of CC Rondina, who's at 15.
Wong to CC, popped up by Romero. Kate will set up Tubu. Rondina was there. Wong back sets to Royce. Louis with a save. Same play. Kate to Trisha. But it's wide.
Trisha Tubu wanted to go for a power tip after delivering consecutive powerful hits. This time it was outside.
(11) serving 15. Louis back to Trisha and Tubu with another point. And this brings us to the second technical timeout. Farm Fresh up by 5. Arena Plus Azteca Sports. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena. Farm Fresh holding on to this 5-point lead over Choco Mucho. We're trying to figure out what hit them in sets 2 and right now in set number 3.
I have one simple answer for that. Trisha Tubu. So they need to minimize the production of Trisha Tubu. She has been the main scorer for Farm Fresh.
Romero this time goes to Arroyo. Royce was there for the pickup. Pisa, cross court. It's a point.
Pisa Molde putting more power on her hits. She has been checked by the blockers of Farm Fresh. Kaya kailangan talaga mas malakas yung palo.
4-point game. Molde with 7 points already in this match. Sumobra hits the antenna and back-to-back points for Choco Mucho.
Choco Mucho had the serving edge in set number 1. They need to bring that back so that they could come back and tie things up here in set number 3.
Running spike coming from Riza Cruz to stop that mini run of Choco Mucho.
At this point, Luis Romero is just using all of her attackers. If Coach Dante was talking about spacing in the attacks, mas may spacing ngayon yung atake ng Farm Fresh. As Trisha Tubu converts again off that ad-lib. Wasn't the strongest of hits. She just wanted to put that over.
And now 20 points for Trisha Tubu. That was already good timing by Wong before that play, but Tubu getting that point. Back to a 5-point lead. Rondina now in front. What a save. CC again. Lazo and Arroyo keeping the ball alive for Farm Fresh. The tip still going. Tubu. Oh, that was a hard attack coming from Trisha Tubu.
Yeah, she pushed her luck. Alanganin na rin talaga yung position niya, but still wanted to put some force into that hit.
Sometimes you just have to send it over easily. At that time around, it sailed out 14-18. Romero goes to Santiago. Down the line and inside for Santiago.
You can see the smiles on the faces of the Foxies as they hold on to a 5-point lead. Pia Ildefonso will check in for the very first time.
She will serve now for the Foxies. 19-14. 5-point cushion. Good serve by Ildefonso, but saved by Choco Mucho. What a dig coming from Ponce. Rondina with the attack and the score.
Don't count them out just yet. Especially when CC Rondina is in the front row. That is the golden opportunity for Choco Mucho to tie things up. Now Mars Alba will be replacing Dina Wong, the setter's possession.
For the very first time, seeing the entry of Mars Alba coming off the bench. Let's see what she can do for the Flying Titans. We're trying to make a late comeback. Rondina, oh, that's way out. Flat on the attack.
Tough miss hit there for CC Rondina. Farm Fresh will maintain this 5-point lead.
And are 5 points away from taking set number 3. At makapatawag ng timeout si Coach Dante Alinsunurin.
Importante lang, makalma lang muna tayo sa ginagawa natin, ha? Ha? Okay, ang ganyan dyan, ha? One good receive lang din, try tayo makastop. Makastop lang tayo ng isa, magtutuloy-tuloy yan. Okay? Depensa muna tayo sa ginagawa natin, ha? Okay, sige.
Isa-isahin natin, ha? Let's go, girls. Hey, Choco Mucho! And pride. Yes. Mabagaling natin, Fer. Mabagaling natin.
You see the bench, or the players right behind the bench of Farm Fresh. Julina de la Cruz and the rest of the Farm Fresh Foxies. Tobino on the push. Arroyo and Lazo trying to figure out who was supposed to get that ball. Apat ang hinahabol ng Choco Mucho. Tubu down the line, kept alive. Saved by Farm Fresh as well. Santiago. Yes! And it drops for Kate Santiago.
Tang Ponce saw it coming but she jumped for that dig. And when you jump for a dig, napakahirap i-control nung pasa.
You can see the effort. It takes a while bago mapatay talaga yung bola. 21-16. Alba tosses it to Molde. Was ready for that hit, but Lazo was ready to save. Set a bit too low and Nunag sent that out.
Farm Fresh only needs 3 points to get a 2-1 advantage against the Flying Titans. They're looking good. That is probably the biggest lead of this set.
Right. The drop chance here for Farm Fresh. The bump to Tubu. Trisha on the attack. Royce was there. Alba goes back row to CC. Another dig coming from Lazo. Play continues. And the block sails out.
Choco Mucho still alive.
What about the floor defense of Jeline Lazo? And also Janelle Delerio.
Jen Ferrer will come in. So there will be 2 setters on the floor for Choco Mucho.
Coach Dante trying to really change things up, but still Yung sinasabi mong problema, Neil, they haven't found an answer to Trisha Tubu.
They have to get the timing right. Lalo na't huli pinapalo ni Tubu. So, kailangan medyo magpa-delay yung blockers ng Choco Mucho. If you take a look at the swing of Trisha Tubu, it's like a half swing, not really a super full swing. But pag nakakontak na siya dun sa bola, ang bilis ng wrist action.
Yeah. Royce goes down the line.
It's all business now for Royce Tubino.
Arocha will replace Tubino. And a while ago, in set number 1, or in set number 2 rather, Arocha was able to get a service ace. Romero goes middle. Naibalik. Nilipat kay Tubu. Trisha on the extension. Alba. Joust. Won by Mars.
Your former teammates. Let's have winning that joust. Using full force on that push.
(19 serving 23). Tubu, saved by CC. Molde. Oh, but there's a violation. And a point for Choco Mucho. Net touch for Tubu. And Farm Fresh will call for a timeout.
若いネガティブアグレッシブアグレッシブここで自分たちのバレーを強気で強気で kami natin na tuloy-tuloy natin okay mental
Isang
強気で
pasa, tas variations tayo. Umaatras sila. Pwede tayong variation. Talo. Let's go, let's go. Pass muna.
Okay, let's go.
Pasa lang ulit. Dong, dong.
The Farm Fresh Foxies want to avoid this late comeback by Choco Mucho. And Arocha continues to serve for the Flying Titans. That's a good one. Romero bumps it to Tubu. Straight to Regine. The push by Mars. Back with the Foxies. The push. Good save by Arocha. Molde on the off speed. Delerio is there. Tubu covers that one. Naibalik. And a block point for the Flying Titans. And the lead is down to just 2.
Mars Alba will be credited for that kill block.
Two-point game. Romero goes to Cruz. And Farm Fresh is now at set point.
Look at the connection of Cruz and Romero. I think the long players magkatinginan pa lang. Alam na nila kung anong gagawin nila. They've been teammates since high school, I believe.
Yeah. Close to the net. Mars keeps it up. The bump. CC from the back. Chance for Farm Fresh. Arroyo. Not yet. Alba with a set. Molde on the attack. Kept alive by Santiago. Here comes Chini. Oh! And it drops. And Arroyo delivers the final point here in set number 3.
Confusion between Regina Rocha and CC Rondina will cost them that set. The Foxies are now at the advantage, 2-1 against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
And we'll give you set number 4 when we return. back here inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig. And surprise, surprise, the Farm Fresh Foxies are now up 2-1. After dropping the opening set, they regroup and went to their strengths and take over in this match. As we take a look at the highlights there, Neil, you mentioned one player that really got it going for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Really, Trisha Tubu on the offensive end para sa Farm Fresh. And Farm Fresh also took advantage sa mga crucial miscommunication errors ng Choco Mucho. Hindi ganun kadami yung mga miscues, but the timing of those miscues were also crucial for Choco Mucho. And I guess this is the lowest efficiency attacking that we've seen for the Flying Titans. They were only able to convert 12 out of the 53 attempts. So that's just 23% in efficiency compared to the 30% of Farm Fresh.
And we see the numbers in that set number 3, Neil. Actually, mas bumaba pa nga yung attacks ng Farm Fresh by 2, but they were able to activate their blocking and then also limit itong Choco Mucho in their offense.
Farm Fresh was also able to match the digging of Choco Mucho, and they displayed better reception compared to the Flying Titans.
We have to mention Delerio and Lazo working extra hard for the Foxies as we welcome you all to set number 4 here on One Sports and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Yanko with Neil Flores covering this match together with Franny Reyes on the sidelines. And looks like the momentum is clearly on the Foxies side to start set 4.
You can see the mentality of Farm Fresh right now. Mukhang ang plano lang nila is to defend well. At pag umangat yung bola, just go all out in your attacks.
14 excellent sets now for Louis Romero. Oh, Nunag. The first point for Choco Mucho in this set.
Choco Mucho needs more impact plays like that. Powerful hit from Cherry Nunag.
Tubu on the off speed, it hit the antenna. That's a point for the Flying Titans. They'll take it. As we hear this report from Franny Reyes. Franny?
The Flying Titans' huddle before this set was pretty straightforward coming from Coach Dante Alinsunurin. They have a weak serve which allows the Farm Fresh Foxies to have a good set. They need to bring back those strong services but also that discipline and that connection that they have as a team inside the court. They're not communicating as well, and that's what caused them to collapse in that set. Now, Mars Alba was a breath of fresh air in that towards the end of that last set, and she was actually telling her ates, let's play our game, let's relax, but let's also smile because they are a bit tense on their end of the court. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live. Get the most extensive coverage for only 149 pesos a month as we send it to the ball in or out challenge of the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Thank you, Franny, for that report. Well, Mars Alba is the one starting as the setter dito para sa Choco Mucho in the set. So let's see if they will be able to extend this one. Yung challenge na yun ng Farm Fresh is unsuccessful. It went out clearly. So a 2-point lead right now for Choco Mucho. Again, wide.
Oh, but the point will be awarded to the Foxies. A check ball
Yeah.
is called by the first referee. There will be a challenge.
Yeah, back-to-back challenges here, this time for the Flying Titans. And part of the coaching staff. Enok Ancheta and of course, Loy Barica. Block touch challenge ang gustong i-contest dito ng Flying Titans, saying that no one touched the net. Let's see on this replay.
Yep, that did not hit the hands of Royce Tubino. That will be a successful challenge for Coach Dante. Now up by 3, a quick surge for the Flying Titans.
3-point lead for Choco Mucho, 4-1. And this time, sinigurado ni Kate Santiago that it's inside.
That's the beauty of being a southpaw. Pag nilagay ka sa right pin, ang daling umatake.
Which is also what Tubu has been experiencing throughout this match. Set to Rubino. To Tubino, rather. Tubu. The bump back to her. Oh, and a point for Trisha Tubu.
It's the tandem of Trisha Tubu and Kate Santiago that has given them a lot of attack points. You also have to credit the 2 liberos of Farm Fresh.
Yeah.
They've been manning the floor well for the Foxies. A lot of excellent digs.
Unsung heroes right now for Coach Jerry. He's a molde able to get that point. A quiet but steady performance, 9 points.
Now serving Cherry Luna.
Perfect pass from Kate Santiago.
Off the block, back with the Foxies, the off speed. And it drops.
That's another miscue for Choco Mucho. But that was already in the zone of Cherry Luna. Medyo malayo na yung pinanggalingan ng Royce Tubino. Sometimes you have to stick to your zones.
Yeah.
Trust your teammates na kaya nilang iangat yung bola.
Alba goes to Royce. Inside. That's a point for Royce Tubino.
Been a good source of points also for Choco Mucho. That's 11 points for Royce Tubino. There are already 2 players in double digits for the Flying Titans. Also 2 players for the Foxies.
Catches the line. Oh, the adjustment from Arroyo. Picked up by Ponce. Alba to Madayag. And there's a violation. Maddie is slow to get up, but she seems okay.
576. Serving for Farm Fresh.
The lead is back to 1. Pinuntahan si Molde. Oh, she's able to get the touch. But it's the trust that you were saying, to rely. Because I think Ponce was going to be able to save that.
It's also hard to cover for yourself. I mean, after you go for that hit, syempre may time pa para mag-land ka on the floor. Kailangan ibigay mo na talaga dun sa defender sa likuran yung coverage.
Special case lang yung kay Cici kanina, yung back in set 1, where she was able to get the ball off the rebound. Oh, look at that! Heads up play coming from Lazo. Oh, but a point. Oh!
Ball is still in play.
And the Flying Titans want to end by challenging. What about Jeline Lazo? Surprising us. Sending the ball over.
That's the best move that she could do at that moment in time. She was able to pop that ball up and bring it back to the court of Choco Mucho.
The Flying Titans are asking for a floor touch challenge. Let's see if bumagsak na yung bola on the side of Farm Fresh in that sequence. Kind of tough to see here, but yun.
That ball already hit the floor. Pancake save was late for Chini Arroyo. Point will go to Choco Mucho.
Another successful challenge for Coach Dante and company. Second one here in this set. And they know how important each point is. 10 points now para kay Isa Molde. And Cruz will send that out. We get to the first technical timeout. Choco Mucho up by 2. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena for the continuation of this matchup between Farm Fresh and Choco Mucho. The Flying Titans are looking to extend this one to a set 5. Meanwhile, the Foxies looking to surprise people on their final match of this conference. Molde with the serve. Tubu. Rondina goes up. Saved by Delerio. The push. Alba tosses it. Rondina again. What a save for Delerio. Free ball. Who will Mars give it to? CC again. Changing things up. The tip. And Cruz finding the open spot.
Great decision for Louis Romero to just save that ball and set it up for Risa Cruz. There was a chance for Louis Romero to go for that thump ball, but she just set that up perfectly.
Yeah.
Quick at that.
She saw that Rondina went out of her position to try and reach that ball. 1 point lead. Free ball. Romero, the set to Cruz. And it's saved by Choco Mucho. Nilipat kay Santiago. Saved by Rondina. Bodies flying. And it drops on the court of the Flying Titans. Oh, but Rondina is holding on to her left leg. But she seems okay. Thankfully.
The receivers, the diggers of Farm Fresh, they're just putting pressure on CC Rondina right now. They're popping up the hits of Rondina in the hopes of tiring her out.
Yeah, that's the right term. As sent back once again by Farm Fresh. And right now they're up.
That will be the official score. It's 9 serving 8.
Oh, what a big block coming from Santiago, returning that spike of Tubino. CC wants it. And finally gets it. Tied game at 9-all. Rondina getting her first point here in set number 4.
She's just trying to conserve her energy. It's one of the longer games that they've played.
Now serving Maddie Matayaga.
Maddie Matayaga has been quiet. Only 3 points for Maddie.
Sumobra. regalo para kay Rondina.
That's definitely a big no-no. Once you give an overpass to CC Rondina, you can expect a cannon.
Another over reception and Nunag gets it done.
Back-to-back faults on the pass for Farm Fresh. Choco Mucho is just targeting Kate Santiago on the serve.
11-9 now is the score. Oh, Cruz had to do a double take. The push. They reset the play. Santiago on the drop. On the attack. After Rondina sent that ball over.
That time it was CC Rondina who committed that overpass.
(10-11) is the score. Oh, service error coming from Cruz, who has been also playing well, by the way, with 8 points. Oh, Louis tried to go for that 1-2. Rondina sent back. Mars saves it. Chance for Farm Fresh, but a block by Royce Tubino.
Royce Tubino coming alive here in set number 4. Cherry Nunag was late, but Kate Santiago decided to go down the line, and Royce Tubino was already there.
13 serving 10. Louis to Tubu. Dug up by Ponce. Royce again. This time she attacks and scores. And a 4-point lead for the Flying Titans, which forces Coach Jerry to call for a huddle.
Medyo mababa yung pass mo, pass.
Okay, ゆっくり、ローボール。練習を思い出して。練習を思い出して。
Tandaan na lang sa training, ah.
Okay.
Pass muna tayo, pass.
自分たちのリズムで、自分たちのリズムで。
Baka kami natin laro natin, ha?
Okay. タイム明け、サイドアウト、フォーカス、サイドアウト。Okay. ワンポイント取るよ。
1, 2, 3!
Coach Shota pointing out that the passing has been low for the Foxies. And Louis Romero can work her magic pag binigyan mo siya ng proper height on the pass. Farm Fresh, again, has the advantage pagdating sa set wins. 2 sets against the one of Choco Mucho.
Play resumes. They go to Santiago. Saved by Molde. Rondina goes up. Arroyo is there for the pickup. Santiago again. Good dig by Tang Ponce. The drop. Joust. Won by CC.
Rondina has been trying to score off these drop balls, pero yung defense pattern ng Farm Fresh nasa likod agad ng blocker Trisha Tubu, so it's going to be very easy for Tubu to pick up these drop balls from CC Rondina. But when it comes to tight passes, you know that CC Rondina will have that edge. Again, an overpass from Farm Fresh.
Royce. Naiangat ni Arroyo. Tubu from the back, and Trisha will score. Alba and Molde colliding on that one.
That hit was going straight to Isa Molde, but Mars Alba got in the way.
Oh, you see Louis Romero taking her time at the service line. They're down by 4 points. Rondina. Checked. Alba transfers to Tobino. Santiago off the block.
Kate Santiago has given the support needed for Trisha Tubu. She's provided 16 points in this game. Trisha Tubu is at 24. Make that 17 points for Kate Santiago.
Oh! Nobody home for the Farm Fresh Foxies, and Royce Tobino will gladly take that point as we go to the second technical timeout. Peter Torres in the house. Is part of the Signal HD Spikers coaching staff for this conference over in the Spikers turf.
Serving for Choco Mucho, Rondina.
16 serving 12. Santiago on the drop. Alba tosses it. Well, there was check. Romero will go to Tagsip. Good cover by Delerio. Trisha's attack. Saved by Alba. What a dive. And finally, it drops. And a point for Kate Santiago.
Kate Santiago has been the savior of Farm Fresh in a lot of situations. Look at that, maximizing the late block of Cherry Lunag.
Bertolano sees action here in set 4. That's going to be another point for Royce Tobino.
Right now, I guess it will boil down to the support of the other attackers on the floor for Choco Mucho and Farm Fresh. We know that si Rondina and Trisha Tubu will get their numbers. Siguro kung sino makakuha ng mas malaking support from the other players will emerge on top.
Tubu. Oh, that's right inside for Trisha Tubu. Palitan tayo ng puntos here.
Farm Fresh still down by 3 points. Trisha Tubu just found that corner pocket open. Right on the line.
PL Defonso will check back in. What has Choco Mucho done better here in set 4 that is giving them this lead?
Compared to the efficiency in the second and the third set, I feel like mas mataas yung efficiency nila ngayon. And Mars Alba has provided a different tempo sa offense ng Flying Titans. Trisha Tubu will continue to fire away the 26th point on her way to her career high, I guess.
But Trisha Tubu continues to pour in the points, 15-17. Alba back sets to Royce. Naibalik. Molde on the attack. Romero with a dig. Tubu on the off speed, the drop rather. Bertolano Inangat para kay Arroyo. Way out. Too long for Genie. But Farm Fresh players are asking for a touch.
Yes, Farm Fresh will be challenging that call. It's a block touch challenge.
Well, let's see if they will get this challenge correctly. All important points in this set. The Foxies trying to close this one out here in the fourth set. But the Flying Titans have time to spare. They want to stay inside the Phil Sports Arena and extend this match. Clearly, no block touch.
Point will go to the Flying Titans. It will be point number 18 for Choco Mucho. They're still in the lead.
Number 15 to lead off, number 21, Rondina.
Arocha will be back to serve para sa Choco Mucho. Three-point lead for the Flying Titans. Louis. Oh, Cruz has been an X factor here for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
I think they're one of the few tandems na pumupunta dyan sa double jump. We see that a lot in the men's division.
Yeah.
In the women's division, hindi lahat nakakagawa niyan. You need a lot of practice to pull that off.
And another one coming from Cruz. 10 points now for her. And more importantly, the lead is just down to a point.
The aura is different for Farm Fresh. Sila yung naghahabol, but you can see them just enjoying the match.
Yeah. And it's showing na wala talagang pressure no, on their part. Easily.
Even for Choco Mucho, I think wala rin naman as much pressure because they already have a seat in the semifinals.
But we know that they want to bounce back from that loss against Creamline. And of course, enter the semis on a positive note. Rally continues. Molde again on the approach. Popped up by Lazo. How many times have we said that for the Liberos? But finally, Maddie Madayag gets that point.
Perfectly set up for Maddie Madayag, just using her wrist action to get that kill.
$11 points para kay Isa Molde. Romero goes back row to Tubu. Kept alive by Molde. Here comes Rondina on the cherry bomb.
MVP mode now for CC Rondina. They need 5 more points to force a decider against the Foxies.
3-point game, timeout for Farm Fresh.
Defense only. Okay. Offense okay. 自信持って。もっと攻めていいよ。もっと攻めて。
アグレッシブタイはオフェンス OK オフェンス
ここでチョロとかかわすんじゃなくて思いっきり勝負しに行こう。勝負しに。
Sa ngayon okay rin drop 4 pero lakasan na ng palo. Palo natin
クイックも
palo.
どんどん使っていい。クイックも。
Pwede rin quick ka. Quick.
Offense has been steady for Farm Fresh. Talagang sumasabay sila sa Choco Mucho. But Koshota also wants more power. Especially we're already at the final moments of set number 4.
Choco Mucho 5 points away from extending this match. But Cruz putting in the points late here in set number 4.
She will be the third player of Farm Fresh to get to the double-digit mark.
5 points now for her in this set alone. Chini Arroyo serving for the Foxies. A short serve and an ace.
Now a 1-point ball game.
19 serving 20.
Passing is a must at this stage.
Service in. Alba. Rondina. Another one for CC.
How do you stop that? CC Rondina again on top of the blockers. Had a clear view of the court of Farm Fresh. Lazo was there in position, prepared to take that cross-court hit. It happened so fast.
Back row from Tubu. Dug up by Madayag. Alba back to Rondina. Arroyo is there. Santiago from the left side. Naiangat pa rin. Oh, good defense played by Maddie. Couple of digs and it leads to the Rondina point. Madayag playing excellent D.
That is Choco Mucho's specialty. And nanghinayang din talaga si Risa Cruz. They've cut down the lead kanina. 1-point ball game na lang, but now it's back to 3 points.
Oh.
That 4-point set was too low for that slide attack of Risa Cruz. Cici Rondina just rejecting that attack from the Foxies.
Risa Cruz met at the net by CC Rondina. And 2 points away from taking this set. Naibalik. And the Choco Mucho Flying Titans are now at set point.
You're up 2-1. You have to pull out all the stops and end it in the fourth, because we know that whoever wins that fourth will have a big advantage in the fifth.
The tip. Able to save a point.
Ball dropped already. Point will go to Farm Fresh.
And also somebody touched the net on the side of the purple shirts. April Tagsip will replace Ildefonso. Risa Cruz will have to deliver flawless serves. 20-24. Oh! Just what the doctor ordered.
Farm Fresh still alive and kicking here in the fourth. Coach Dante will be forced to call for a timeout.
Look at that ball.
Pero pagka dito lang tayo, sir. I-backling ka naman dito. Ha?
Free ball to.
Magsalita ha.
Ayun na.
Magsalita.
I want that, ha?
Magsalita ha.
Kantahan natin, para
Resip tayo, ha? Go, 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 go.
Go! Hey, Choco Mucho! Titan Pride! Sama bita.
Nagsigaw biya. Perfect ka doon.
Choco Mucho will have 3 chances to put that ball away. Send us to a fifth and final set.
Couple of set points saved by Farm Fresh. Risa Cruz will continue to serve. Trisha Tubu with 27 points. Here comes the play. Alba, combination. Rondina with a finish. And we are going to a fifth and final set.
It's the dip yang being on the panel.
And the fans love it. Game extends. More volleyball action when we return here on One Sports and Pilipinas Live.
We are headed to a fifth and the final set between Farm Fresh and Choco Mucho. TC Rondina came up big in the last few points of set number 4 to send us to a decider. But she got a lot of support from Royce Tubino, Isa Molde, and Maddie Adean. And as for the Farm Fresh Foxies, they really tried their best to catch up. They were able to trim the lead down to 1 at some point of the set. But Choco Mucho just managed to pull out all the stops to force a fifth. Farm Fresh had lower efficiency compared to Choco Mucho. But wala akong masabi sa floor defense ng Farm Fresh. They have displayed solid digging in the back row. But stat line that really stood out was the blocking of Choco Mucho. Set number 1, they were able to register 4 points. Here in set number 4, they were able to mirror that performance in that department. Farm Fresh, though, had the edge in serving as they registered 2 aces.
We are ready, all set for the fifth and final inside the Phil Sports Arena. Dip Dipianco alongside Neil Flores and Franny Reyes covering this match. And we thank you all for joining us here on One Sports and on Pilipinas Live. Fifth set. Throughout the elimination round, the Choco Mucho Flying Titans have played 2 5-setters prior to this. 1 win, 1 loss against Petrogas. They got that one in 5 sets. And then they lost to PLDT in 5 sets. Meanwhile, on Farm Fresh, they've only had 1 5-setter, which was against Next Led, and they lost that one. And a chance for them to get their first 5-set win, but the Flying Titans will be in the way of that as they score the first point of this set number 5.
Now serving CC Rondina.
Confidence is back for Choco Mucho. It's a race to 15 between the Flying Titans and the Foxies. Trisha Tubu will get another point. First point of this 5th set. And that will be point number 28 in this match.
Race to 15. Trisha Tubu, 2 points away from tying her career best. Off speed. Pagkakataon para sa Farm Fresh. Arroyo. Down it goes for Chini Arroyo.
Chini Arroyo has been quiet for Farm Fresh, but it's really how you end. Yun yung importante.
2-1 is the score. Nunag. Straight to Romero. And tabla ulit tayo at 2-all.
This is going to be
Romero to Tubu, and it drops.
I'm calling it. She will be matching or exceeding her career high in this game.
29 points now for Trisha Tubu. 1-point game. Tubino will have to set up the play. Romero back sets to Tubu. Ponce was there. Alba goes to Molde. And it's a point for Isa Molde.
Deadlock this time at 3. Palitan lang talaga ng puntos here in the 5th set.
Pag ganito, Neil, what will be key for you to really pull away here in set number 5?
It's about getting consecutive points. Kahit anong paraan pa yan, yun yung a way for you to get an early advantage.
So we can't tell here kung kanina yung momentum because both teams are just going back and forth.
Double block was there for Farm Fresh, but Adiag just avoided the hands of the defenders.
Tubu again. Kept alive by Romero. Tubu goes up inside.
Point number 30.
And Trisha Tubu ties her career high here in the PVL. For all is the score. Both teams locked in. Alba. Rondina on the off-speed.
Shini Arroyo and Trisha Tubu went for the dive. They were already late.
Lead is back with the Flying Titans.
Now serving Isa Molde.
5-4. Louis to Tubu, that is short. And Choco Mucho able to get a 2-point lead after going neck and neck to start this set 5 at tatawag ng timeout ang Farm Fresh.
もう一回サーブカットで B パス B パス
Reception, cut B pass lang.
A パスいらないよイメージイメージ
Basa muna, tapos follow kayo. Forward na. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, hey, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Napatawag ng timeout si Coach Jerry Yee. He knows that this is a quick set number 5 and they can't be left behind here by Choco Mucho.
Yun yung pinapoint out ko kanina. It's the consecutive points of either team. So it was Choco Mucho was able to get the consecutive points. Yun yung separation. Yun yung simula ng separation na hinahanap ng mga coaches natin. It's a 2-point lead for the Flying Titans.
Romero goes to Arroyo. They needed that one. Good response after the timeout for the Foxies.
You have your best attacker in the front line. Gugustuhin mo na dun tumagal yung rotation nyo. And now, Choco Mucho still has CC Rondina there. Madi Madayag is also in the middle blocker position. So there are a lot of options for Mars Alba when you talk about combination plays.
Play continues. Romero going for the 1-2. Napasa yun ng Choco Mucho. This time they set up Santiago. Arroyo with a save. Delerio with a chase. And free ball given up. Alba inangat para kay Rondina. And she scores.
Farm Fresh saw it coming but they couldn't do anything about that Rondina hit. Pag nasa itaas na si CC ng blockers, yun yung point na mahirap talagang depensahan.
Back to a 2-point lead for the Flying Titans. Both teams giving it their all. The bump by Delerio to Santiago. Easy pickup by Molde. CC again. Oh, Delerio with a save. Free ball. Chance for the ladies in purple. And Rondina will put it away.
Blockers having a difficult time in getting touches on the attacks of CC Rondina.
It's going to be a court switch, but first let's hear the support coming from Franny Reyes. Franny?
Thanks, Dip. I have a fun fact for you and Neil. I got to speak with Delerio, Ildefonso, and some of the girls from the Farm Fresh Foxies. And this is actually the first time that they've gone past 3 sets against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. They haven't actually beat the Flying Titans before, but there's no better time to have that first than tonight. It's all about ending the conference strong, which has been their theme all game long. And it's also about showing that maturity that they've developed over the conference. They know that they've got this. They've had their game faces on all set long, all game long rather. And it's all about seeing whose character will come out in this 5th set. Now, this report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the game.
Thank you, Franny, for that report. Let's see if Delerio and company will be able to make a comeback. Good save by her. Same with Arroyo. Santiago off the block.
Forceful attack from Kate Santiago to get it off the hands of Cherry Nunag. Break points are always important in the 5th set. You can't let your opponent score back-to-back points. And ngayon, dalawa pa rin yung lamang ng Choco Mucho. So, Farm Fresh needs their own version of a run. But they will not get that as they give out a service error.
Not the time to commit those errors. Back to a 3-point game. Alba with a serve. 1-2. Still saved. Alba working hard to send that over. Ponce keeps it up. Arroyo saves it. Still with Farm Fresh. Kate. Santiago has been getting the points off the block.
Smart hitting really from Kate Santiago.
But you can see, Neil, that both teams want it. Yung mga malalakas na palo, they're able to save it.
And Choco Mucho is one of the teams na organized talaga yung blocking pattern. So for you to be able to score off their hands is something.
Oh, you have to credit Arroyo for doing well there. Buhay pa rin. Ponce gets a touch. Royce with a push. Chance for Farm Fresh. Tubu. Not the cleanest of hits. Rondina. Set tight. Saved by Tang Ponce. And it's still good, but outside.
Choco Mucho fans at the top of their lungs, just cheering for the purple shirts. What a save from Tang Ponce.
Oh.
Coverage was there.
And everyone just holding their breaths, waiting. And it went out. And a sigh of relief for Alba and the Flying Titans. Balik sa tatlo ang lamang. Romero looks at her options, decides to go to Kate.
It's the 3rd time Kate Santiago hit it off the hands of the Choco Mucho blockers.
Still fighting. Santiago not giving up. And she has 21 points to her name. Meanwhile, Bertolano serving. It's inside. An ace for Eliza Bertolano.
Crucial ace there for Eliza Bertolano. Again, it's just a 1-point ball game.
Timeout for Choco Mucho.
Sige. Maximize na natin. Makapahinga muna tayo. Then, spin lang. Tulong ha. Sige, go.
Go lang! Okay, let's go girls! Okay. Trabaho tayo, tapos. Hey, Choco Mucho! Wait lang.
Choco Mucho looking for that finishing kick to get another win here in the preliminaries of our All-Filipino Conference. Farm Fresh 1 point behind the Flying Titans, looking to end their season on a high note.
Bertolano coming off that ace. They're only down by 1. It's through. Better reception. Tobino checked. Net touch. Called on Arroyo.
The net moved, but there will be a challenge. Net touch challenge for Farm Fresh.
I might as well challenge it at this part of the match.
Again, buy them some time to regroup.
But Neil, whatever the result will be,
Yes,
this is still gonna be
there was a net touch. They called on Chini Arroyo.
just a 2-point game here.
Farm Fresh is not successful. Point goes to Choco Mucho. Substitution for the Flying Titans.
Looks like there will be a substitution on the part of Choco Mucho. Jem Ferrer enters for Nunag to do serving duties.
9, Choco Mucho. Now serving Jem Ferrer.
They did this a while ago. 2 setters on the floor. 11-9. Tubu. Another chance. Binalik sa kanya. Set back. And a block coming from Isa Molde.
Now a 3-point lead for Choco Mucho. It's a race to 3 for them. And as for the Foxies, they need 3 points
Yeah.
to tie this up.
Ferrer will continue to serve. 12-9. Romero for Arroyo. Nilipat kay Tubu. Trisha. Rondina was there. Alba sets up. Madayag. Nalunod.
That was too high for that quick. Dante was saying the left pin hitter was open.
Tense moments here. Let's take a look at what happened there.
Yup, set was just too high for Maddie Madayag.
And Ildefonso back on the floor as she serves for the Foxies.
6-12. Now serving
Farm Fresh down by 2. Oh! And a service error.
Crucial error this time for Farm Fresh. Pressure-packed serve indeed.
She was serving well prior to that whenever she was put in. (13-10). Arocha also has been serving well. Romero goes to Tubu. Checked. Alba goes to Molde. Isa on the drop. Not yet. Another try here for the Flying Titans. They go back to Molde. Oh, Delerio keeps it up. Arroyo dug up by Rondina. Molde on the 3rd try. Still alive. Alba goes back row to Sisi. And Rondina puts Choco Mucho at match point.
Cici Rondina flying in from the back row. They also just controlled that hit. That will bring Choco Mucho to match point.
4 match points for the Flying Titans. 28 markers for CC Rondina. Arocha serving. They go to Tubu, and Tubu establishes a new career high in the PVL.
31 big points for Trisha Tubu.
But
From 109.
she will want the win here for Farm Fresh more than anything. Buhay pa rin. Easy over. Romero goes to Arroyo. Save still. Rondina and Ponce keeping it alive for Choco Mucho. And finally, Arroyo delivers the point.
Arroyo just fearless in attacking the defense of Choco Mucho. Yun yung gusto ng mga coaches eh. Match point na yung nasa kabilang side of the court, but you continually force your way through their defense.
2 match points saved. Timeout by Choco Mucho.
Hey, Choco Mucho!
A correction as Trisha Tubu already has 32 points in this game. Everyone enjoying the action inside the Phil Sports Arena. Vloggers, personalities alike have been cheering this entire match. 2 match points saved. Pagkakataon for the Flying Titans. Rondina, dug up by Delerio, but nobody there to save it. And the Choco Mucho Flying Titans will win this match. But there's a challenge here on the floor.
Coaching staff of Choco Mucho is pointing out na lumabas na daw sa antena
Oo.
yung bola ng Farm Fresh.
And then, so the referee saying pasok, but sigurado sila na wala naman sa loob ng court. So,
It was really outside. So the point will officially go to the Choco Mucho Flying Titans.
oh, what a match this has been. Coach Jerry with the unsuccessful challenge. But his team fought hard. The Foxies showed heart. But in the end, the Choco Mucho Flying Titans taking this win, ending the elimination round with a victory as they march on to the semifinals.
Still a big win for Choco Mucho. It was a test of character. Kailangan nila dumaan sa ganitong types of games because we know that in the semis they will face stronger teams as well. But for Farm Fresh, they really put up a fight against the Flying Titans. Hats off to Trisha Tubu, Louis Romero, Kate Santiago, and the rest of the Foxies for an amazing game.
What a match this Tuesday. Simula pa lang ng ating linggo, but what a treat for all the fans. And we will introduce the best player of the game in just a bit. But if you stayed with us all throughout the match, you know who delivered the heavy bombs for Choco Mucho. And she scored 29 points in this match. We're talking about none other than CC Rondina.
And big numbers for CC Rondina. These are MVP things for the Cherry Bomb. 24 attacks and 5 kill blocks. So that is an impressive stat line, especially in the defensive end.
24 attacks, 5 blocks for a total of 29 points for Rondina. And ultimately, the win for the Flying Titans, as all smiles coming from her. Her team celebrating as well. And CC Rondina, just when her team needed her the most, delivering para sa Flying Titans. Games will continue on Thursday. Still here inside the Phil Sports Arena. Galleries Tower will face Cherry Tigo. Creamline will face PLDT. Both games a must-watch because we know that may possible bearing pa yan sa semifinals.
Cherry Tigo needs to lose in 3 sets and PLDT needs to win in 3 sets against the Cool Smashers if they do want to join the rest of the teams in the next round of competition. So these are big games on
Yeah.
Thursday.
Long shot, but mathematically possible. So we will watch and stay tuned on Thursday. But for now, that does it dito sa ating coverage on behalf of our Director Al Neri, our courtside reporter Franny Reyes, my partner Neil Flores. This is Dip Dipianco saying thank you for watching the PVL All-Filipino Conference. This is the heart of volleyball.